The tales carry on for this campaign. Sorry. Take two on that one. The tales carry on for this. The tales carry on for this campaign. Which premiums to go for after all, or is it the budget forwards answering to all the usual calls? Welcome to yet another edition of the FPL Addicts podcast. Despite the blip at the start, there have been plenty of blips along the way, especially which direction to go exactly. 1/4 of the campaign done. Still got lots of quarters to go too. And we're not that far away from that busy festive period commencing. Yet again, welcome to another edition, Gameweek 10 this time, of the FPL Addicts podcast. Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be watching or tuning in to this beloved FPL Addicts podcast edition. Had 9 lots of weeks gone, about 29 to go. There's still a lot to take a read on, but some trends have still carried on. Happy Friday, more importantly, to you as well. Some may be knocking off work. Some may be knocking off to bed, which is me. And as it stands, it's still myself. But hopefully half an hour. We've got Reidy potentially coming in due course, along with Reverend, the double R's from Merseyside, if you don't mind me. And there's a lot to discuss. There is a big change in the landscape as it comes to fixture swings. Yes, that's right. I can't actually point which way exactly. Who let the Wolves out exactly? Wolves being one of them. Got a couple of targets in mind. Will they make it to maybe making a live transfer? We shall see. So tune in into that as well. More importantly, we've got the usual check-in. Colin Bugler, good morning to you. And as always, appreciate the support for this beloved podcast. We do our best to be consistent. It may not be standoutish, but we are here to have fun and have a good time for sure. Without further ado, as per usual, we'll go straight into our leagues. And some of them were off to a ferocious start, especially for owners of Chris Wood, who scored a cheeky brace away at Leicester City in a 3-1 win for Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest have been fantastic so far this season, especially defensively. Vardy scored for Leicester. Some are saying, is he still relevant? But it seems to somehow tick over. Big discussion on the budget forwards. It seems this week is a very difficult decision which direction to go when it comes to transfers, because we've got so many options. It's not as obvious as people think, especially up top. But straight to where the usual suspects are. Reverend, first up, he ended on 47 points. Just Lewis with a cheeky clean sheet down back. Brian and Bumo with a massive 15 points. Haaland with a skip with 12 points. Winks got the assist for Vardy's goal and got booked. So maybe we're seeing that there are dead budget options who are players we anticipate who may not get a return at all this campaign. They're sort of chiming in. So it sends us a message that, okay, these guys are starting, these guys are delivering, and maybe worth consideration. But still a long way to go for Harry Winks to get into our thinking when it comes to getting on the XI. Different story for Morgan Rogers, however. He got subbed off after the hour mark, but this season, in comparison to Harry Winks, he's been very dominant for Aston Villa. He should have got more rewards in the first few weeks of the season, but his last 5 weeks have been delightful indeed. Mbumo is a very... can't believe he's only owned by 38%. He's started the season at 7 million. He's now rose all the way up to 7.7 million. I was expecting more ownership. I think Brentford had a great run of fixtures. They still do for a while, and maybe the double up is viable. A great stat too is within their 5 home games, Brentford have already scored 24 goals within their home games. That's including the sides who are involved in such clashes, and that is 5 more than any other side, with the second best, from what I can recall, being, I think it's one of Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester City, but someone please double check on that. Reverend, look, 3.3 mil. He's as the Brits would say, hanging. That's what he is. Man of steel, but Rev can have his own say once he gets back here later. 59 points for me. A better week, I believe. Down back, as always, putrid. And Bumo with 15. Saka was a very good hold in retrospect. I believe my centre management in the last couple of seasons has been that when some managers' patience are wearing thin, it's best to just sort of back from that extra week. And I know he was coming off an injury doubt, but it was a game which Arsenal needed him, but also he really wanted to make his own impact yet again on such a big occasion. That's what he did. 9 points there. Chris Wood with a big 13. That was a great start to the game week. Interesting trend this side because it's been 2 red arrows, but those 2 red arrows on each occasion have been more than 1 million down overall in the ranks, but this it means very small green arrows. So 700k green arrow between game weeks 2 and 3. Then you have a 7k green arrow in game week 5. Was it more than 500k green arrow in game week 7? Then it's roughly just past 250k. And then it's 79k. So is this team going in the right direction? Who knows? Ollie Walker Peel. Look, because he turned up last week, we'll just go through his side very quickly. 69 points, pretty good stuff. Leno with 3 points, 4 saves away at Everton. A good match for Leno too. Lewis clean sheet. Cole Palmer with 10. Salah with 10. Chris Wood. That's a great front line outside of Kulusevski, who decided to save his best work for a cup game at home to Manchester City. Speaking of Man City and his record, it just keeps going how staggeringly good he is. He seems to score way beyond he had every year. Every season, I should say. And he seems to can score at home against this side of Man City. So he just loves playing them. Let's face it. Nothing. It's just Winks, 4 points on the bench in terms of standouts. Chris Reid, when he decides to turn up, will do his team because, people, they're short on time, especially on the Friday. Lewis Aitnori with yet another goal. That was a great comeback by Wolves, by the way, too. Couldn't believe 4-1. Aaron Doyle intercepts. And then Doyle, cheeky, hits Acuna. Acuna scores. But Aitnori scored the first one before that. And Bumo with 15. Johan Visser. He's going to be a big talking point. Back from injury, scored 10 points, all in the first half. He cooked. It was a cheeky, medium rare steak. Not well done. He was juicy, let's face it. And nothing much on the bench to comment there. So, as per usual, we've got plenty of comments. And I do emphasize this a lot. The community plays such an integral part in every episode we do. So thank you so much to those who devote some of their time to tune in. Gaz dropped in a Nate Nori in my defense. I like it. I think you may hear that name a few times in this edition. Cheeky voice crack there, by the way. FPL Cortex, hello. Thank you so much for dropping by. We appreciate it. A Chaz-tastic Friday. What a name. John David, hello. Great to have you back. I have missed you, to be honest. Great. I can't wait to hear your contribution to the course of the episode too. Miriam, yes, great love being shown across the course of the community too. So going still, of course, around our leagues. And what we've got now is the Women's League, just briefly, and still leads by 6 points. A lot of them hit up. Mira still staying in 5th spot. It's a 7-point difference between 5 managers. Very tight. That's what I will say. That is a Women's League for you. Well, I'll go to the Public League. Community, give us interesting talking points. So last weekend at Tottenham, I lost again. Very disappointing outing away from home. Underwhelming for Ange Postecoglou from a hometown country where we are. What's your take on that? Palace getting their first breakthrough for the campaign. Mateta back on the score sheet. Ebrecha Eze as well back on the returns, having had a ridiculously dry spell. Those two players, I believe, were one of the informed players or informed pair in the back end of last season. Are you going to have Salah? Great talking point this, because I believe I said Palmer last week. For this week, I think Salah could be the best premium to own. It's just more. Is it worth a compromise from going from another premium? I don't know, but keep an eye on my live transfers, because for the record, guys, I've got 4 free transfers, 2.2 million in the bank. So we might do some business on this occasion. And the public league to come as well. Was there a standout result for many of you guys? What did you take out of it? It seemed that Arsenal and Liverpool, in fairness, was a fair game, 2-2. Brighton Wolves had its own one. Brentford Ipswich had it too with Clark. Well, there's 2 Clarks playing. One got an own goal and got a red card, and the other got a goal and an assist. Actually, that may have been Hurst, to be fair. And I'm not sure if the players returning was the 1840s, with the likes of the names of Hurst and Chaplin returning. Public League, and it is, as the curtains go down, Seamus is still on top by 12 points. Rhino and Joshua breathing down their neck on that front too. So that's that done. We have a few others. John David, I don't see an easy way to afford him unless Haaland goes, and that does not sit well in thoughts. Great take. I think so. He's had 1 return in the last 4 game weeks. So he's got Bournemouth away, Brighton away, Spurs at home. If you're going based on recent trends, he may not return as much, but he clocked a big XG of 2.16 at home to Southampton. So he really should have put more away, and that would have put managers less inclined to get rid of him. Palmer, does he go out for Palmer? Probably not at the moment, but by game week 12, that would be a good discussion point. I don't think it's worth getting rid of Haaland. I was actually having a chat to Reidy just before the episode came on, and we were chatting 90 minutes before. And I asked him this because I'm in a similar predicament. Don't think so. Unless you could sort of do it elsewhere and complement other premiums, but it's very hard to do. It seems these days as well, it's near essential to have 3 premiums. The threemium, is that back? Like, you go for Haaland, or do you go for a Salah, Palmer, Saka? If you go for those 3, I think that probably levels out not having Haaland, but it's a FOMO factor. Strange, life is like fantasy. People do live in fear, but it's just the ability to go different sometimes. That's what it is. So contemplating selling Haaland. It could open many doors, and one of them is the budget forwards. And worth discussing now. So Matheus Cunha, he scored 3 goals in the last 5 games. He's getting a lot of love this week, only owned by 4%. That could rise up to 7%, my prediction is, come tomorrow's deadline. Johan Visser's back. Maybe he deserves more love too. 4 goals, 2 assists, 1 blank from his 5 starts before he got injured. Raul Jimenez from Fulham too. He did blank away at Goodison Park, but he's been very prolific at home. Home to Brentford's a good fixture. Brentford aren't great defensively this season. Got that. So Raul Jimenez, he started every game since game week 4. They're taking Rodrigo Muniz's spot. So, Quentin, if you're hearing this, blanked once, 4 goals and an assist. Just keeps chiming away. So, is he getting as much love? He's low ownership. This is about 10%, I think. So, it's not too bad. Matheus Cunha. Calvert-Lewin's just not firing at the moment. Jamie Vardy, as I said, somehow ticking along, but people probably choose him as a 4th to 5th priority. What about Liam Delight from Ipswich Town too? He scored once again. Leif Davis yet again returning. Delight, I think, Ipswich still have a good run in the medium term. It's probably not getting much love either. But this is what makes the game so great. People have different directions they'd like to go to. This is a good opportunity to potentially try and associate your fantasy side with a different team. Get another team player in. It could be an Ipswich. Does it make less enticing to go Vista because you're already having Boomo? Do you get potentially double walls straight up this week? Or back to Fulham? So it makes it good. So much to ponder. I'm left with Havertz, but that's my only Arsenal attack. Can bring Trent back to Liverpool since can't afford Salah at the moment. I mean, you could. Liverpool's fixtures, I think, are okay at the moment. They don't stand out. Havertz, Arsenal attack. Has Havertz dried up all of a sudden? That's what I'm noticing in the last 3 weeks. But I believe, so they're Chelsea away, Newcastle away. I believe they're still good fixtures for Arsenal attackers. Newcastle haven't been that flash all season. Then after that's Forest at home, which I think is a good fixture for attackers. But defenders have been so disappointing the last 3 weeks. Bournemouth lost 2-0. Conceded, would have been 1 against Leicester. And Southampton, they conceded 2, from what I know too. So, very disappointing. Especially for Gabriel owners, expecting more. I did it in the big games. Gabriel scored away at the Etihad. There's another name, Ollie Watkins. He's another one. I think you could be correct. He scored away at Tottenham last season too. Chat box, thank you so much for dropping by. I do appreciate it. Welcome. Happy Friday. Mitchell being put in the freezer for some bargain cuts. As I said, love analogies, just shame Quentin's not here because he's the best of them. Would you start Gabriel if you had him? Yes. Because if you decide to get a bit fancy, feel the 8 Nuri from Wolves, who's at home to Palace, and then Gabriel yet again scores at another big club, you're going to make yourself look silly, in my honest, humble opinion. So I think it's worth still starting him despite him being flagged. As long as you got bench cover, that's the main thing. So leagues are done, but I think it might be time to crack on to the all-important fixtures. 2 match days to go until the international break of November 1, and then it's also 2 match days until I actually make a big move over there. So FYI to those who usually tune in, the time slots could change. Hopefully not, but we shall see. Fixture swing time. Here we go. So won't go through all of them, but let's go through. Let's just say. So Newcastle, Arsenal, yeah, that's big. Bournemouth, Man City, I think for the team sheet, I'd say. But if I had to pick a standout one, those Sunday and Monday games are so enticing. If I had to pick one. Jeez. I'll go pick one. Man United, Chelsea. I want to see how United go under the new manager, having got rid of Ten Hag early this week. How are they going to respond? Chelsea getting their groove on at the moment. Cole Palmer is slowly hitting back to last season's form. He's just crept up into not just the golden boot, but also to our fantasy thinking. He's owned by more than 55%, I think, which is crazy. But there you go. He scored away at Old Trafford last season. More on that in the Captain's Corner edition. But that's probably my standout. Fulham Brentford. That'd be a big one for those maybe winning a cheeky head-to-head game and Mbeumo to finish the job off. Wolves Palace, yeah, I could see that. And Spurs Villa, that'd be big. I remember watching that last season. I felt Spurs should have won that game about 4-1 last season, but they had about 3 offside goals from what I can recall too. So fixtures. There you go. Now, we got some good ones. Is it worth? Love this sort of stuff. TRFC, first of all, thank you very much for tuning in. It's immensely appreciated. Means a lot. Is it worth it? Haaland to Visser and Rodgers to Salah. It depends how the rest of your squad is. If you're going to captain Salah, you could give it a go. If it's free transfers, I don't see why not. I think that's actually not bad for a short to medium term, but a -4. You know what? Yeah, it is. It was -8, no. But yeah, I'll give it a go. Sometimes in life, you just got to take a big leap of faith. That's what it is. So, we got that. Cunha, Visser, Rao, budget forwards. A lot. What is everyone in the comments thinking as a budget forward pick right now? Man United, new manager bounce. This needs to be discussed. Who's going to impress the most? Could it potentially be the defence? Could it be Garnacho? Bruno has been incredibly disappointing this season. I'll say that. It could be Garnacho. Marcus Rashford making a return potentially. What do you guys reckon? Because it's come at quite an interesting time. It's such a high demanding institution of a football club, Manchester United is. So, League Cup, no big surprises from what I know. Possible blank Gameweek 29. I'm just going through Bren Crellin's tweets. There'll be 2 blank fixtures in Gameweek 29 unless the EFL Cup final is Newcastle v Palace, which is very unlikely to occur. In which case, that will be the only blank fixture. So that's fascinating on that front. It's personally for me, I'm not taking that much of a reading at the moment when it comes to these results. I'm curious to see in terms of how the squads rotate their players. But the quarterfinals, of course, Tottenham, Man United, Arsenal, Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Brentford, and Southampton, Liverpool. So City are out. It means they've got more time to focus on the league on this occasion. Arsenal. Now, I've seen on this occasion a couple of times where Arsenal get bowed out at quarterfinals and they probably overthink certain situations. Palace in a rough start. Newcastle Brentford will be an intriguing one. One of those sides could do it. Yeah. That is what I reckon. So we got that. No Haaland in my game week 12 squad gets me a midfielder Salah, Saka, Palmer, Boomer, and a cheapish mid. Thought my most expensive striker is currently Nicholas Jackson. I think Jackson has actually been in really good form. That's what he has been. I do like it. I think that's a good enough compromise in terms of what is required. So that's what I think. Garnacho is in for some. Bear with me, guys. I've got to try and get Rev on. So there's that. What else has been a big talking point? Phil Foden, is he getting his season sorted? Funny. Looks like look who the cat dragged in. G'day.
Yo.
How's
it going, dude? How's
Good,
my
mate.
mic and everything? Is it working?
Yes.
Sorry. Now it should be working. I've just closed down YouTube.
That's all right. Mate, where are you today? Are you in like a painting
Little art
Painting, drinking
studio,
wine
yeah.
session.
Yeah, it's me mother-in-law's art studio. She's got a bit of an art project going on at the minute. She's a very talented artist, so yeah. But I'll be podcasting live from her studio at the moment. How you doing, mate? Anyway, good to see you. Long time no see.
Yeah, has been a hot minute, one would say.
Sorry. Apologies to everyone in the chat. I had it on really good authority that we were starting at 12 today, and not half 11. So my
That's on me,
apologies.
Rev. Sorry, I just wanted to get it going at half
You
11.
wanted to get it going. All right. Well,
Yeah.
fair enough. So where are we at in the pods then?
Where we?
Clue me back up.
No, that's okay. All good. I'm happy to sort of get. So I've gone through the sides. I'm happy to go back to your team, or you're more than happy to get your team back up if you want to have more thoughts and do that. So we could just sort of pivot a bit, and all happy to do so on that front. Just going through the discussion points, just like to get your take on everything, and then we'll go straight to our panel preview. It's as simple as that. I see. There you go. Floor's yours. That's if he can realise that he's still on mute.
Weird. How weird.
That's right.
Yeah.
You
cool.
look great though.
Oh, cheers, babe. Yeah. So 47 points this game week. A little bit of a disappointing week for the triple Villa. I feel like I panicked, to be honest. I panicked. And I bought in Ollie Watkins, and now I'm kind of looking at Ollie Watkins in my team thinking, those fixtures are not amazing, and I'll have to wait until game week 15 for one good fixture. And Nottingham Forest isn't exactly a great attacking fixture. They've got a really good defensive number. Underlying defensive numbers, so like maybe even game week 19 is where we might even bother to look at Aston Villa again. So that feels like a mistake. I mean, obviously if Ollie Watkins got 2 against Bournemouth or something, then maybe it would have been all right. But you know, not a great time. Not a great time for our hero. By the way, good to see a few more people in the chat. Colin, Gary, good to see you, everyone. And Miriam, if she's still watching, I know she's always around. But yeah, so Ollie Watkins, not exactly great. Dominic Solanke, officially
Gone.
Officially doing my head in now.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what happened between game week 6 and now. So, he was averaging over 1 XG per game in game weeks 5 and 6. Having some great game weeks, and he was looking good. And then all of a sudden, his expected goals have been 0.0 against Brighton, despite playing 90 minutes. 0.08 against West Ham, despite playing 80 minutes. 0.02 expected goals per 90, despite playing 90 minutes against Crystal Palace, who aren't exactly the strongest defence. So that feels annoying, to say the least, because I had high hopes for the Spurs number 9, and so yeah, that's annoying. The only real saving grace here, to be honest, is Haaland and Mbeumo, but then everyone's got them, so I'm not exactly making any gains with them. I have made some transfers, but are we at that point in the pod yet?
Well, you know what? I'm happy to go straight through. I just wanted to get your take briefly on and potentially selling Haaland, or like your take on the budget forwards as of recent times, like Cunha, Visser, Rao, Delap, to name a few, if you want to, or any others.
Yeah. So I think the structure that I have at the moment. So I've obviously gone for 2 of the more premium forwards with Solanke and Watkins. And that was something that I envisioned to be, the most effective tactics available at the time. And then interestingly, this week, and we've had him on the podcast before, I watched a live stream from FPL Mate. Me and him were having a conversation in the chat about, well, what if we just do it? What if we just send like a Formium draft with Haaland, Salah, Palmer, and Saka? Like, what would that look like? And it didn't look too bad. It didn't look too bad because of how well the budget forwards are performing. Actually, at the moment, and they're putting people like Solanke and Watkins to shame. I thought, these two forwards who were gunning for Champions League positions might be actually a bit more bothered. But, clearly they're not. But in terms of budget forwards, Kuna looks great. Strand Larson, even, if you wanted to save a mil for Wolves. I know your tagline today, Chaza, is "Who let the Wolves out?" And Raul from Fulham. Sorry, yeah, and then Wisa as well from Brentford is just continuing to kill it like at 6 mil, and Brentford like actually still. And they feel like they've had the really good fixtures for a while. But like even going up to game week 18, the fixtures aren't that bad.
Yeah.
All the way up to game week 18, we're in game week 10. That's like that's a good long-term hold. That's like a quarter of the season nearly that we could potentially hold a 6 mil forward who we know is going to get 90 minutes. Obviously, Wisa isn't on penalties, but we've all probably got on Bermo anyway. And Brentford look quite decent in attack. I'm not sure I'm fully convinced by people like Vardy or Delap. I'm a bit about that. Chris Wood in terms of premium forwards, not premium forwards, budget forwards. Chris Wood, it feels like I've missed the boat personally. I've missed that boat. In terms of, the fixtures are turning now for Nottingham Forest. I don't even have a Nottingham Forest on my player in my team to look at the fixtures, but they are not looking great. So yeah, it might have been a mistake and to try and go big up front as opposed to like big at the back, and having these budget forwards could have enabled a team, and it was such an extreme idea that I didn't even consider it as a thought experiment. It could have enabled a Formium draft where we just go Haaland, Salah, Palmer and Saka, and it's possible. It is possible. It's a very interesting idea. One that I might even work towards over the next few weeks, especially in terms of going into game week 12. When those fixtures turn, when we're looking for the best budget forwards to enable us to take advantage of the great fixtures available to Palmer and Saka alike. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting going forward.
It will be. Do you believe Brentford or their attackers in general are fixture proof in general?
I don't think they're fixture proof.
No, you don't think so? Okay, because they seem to score against the harder teams these days.
Yeah, they do, but I think once the fixtures turn in game week 18, I think all of us will, give Bermo a really good salute and say, thank you for your service, and because I know personally that I'm not going to hold him over these 4 game weeks here where they play Arsenal, City, and Liverpool all over the space of 4 game weeks. I'm not going to hold him. I'm just not. And I think that's the way FPL works. Where we, just because Mbeumo won't be in my team doesn't mean that I don't rate him. I obviously rate him very highly. I think he's a fantastic player. Really good on the eye test. really good on data, on pens, nailed. He's got all the infinity stones of a great FPL asset. And so, yeah, not really going to be looking to keep hold of them during that particular run, but that's a future Mikey problem.
Speaking about someone who decides to turn up in the future, look who the cat dragged in. G'day.
Oh, gorgeous.
G'day, mate.
Look, he's even got the little Clark Kent flick going on there. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with my Barnet boys, but
mate,
yeah.
If you put glasses on, you wouldn't look like Superman anymore. You're giving away your identity here.
Oh, stop it, Mike. You're making me blush, mate. You're making me blush.
Yeah. Henry Cavill entered the chat. Look at this.
All right, stop it now, Mikey. Too far.
You're so hench. I love you. Marry me.
How are we doing, boys? All right.
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Good to see you. Good
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where have I kind of like,
So, no, that's all good, Reidy. So I think because I did show your team earlier, but I'm happy to get your team up. We'll go through your side in your own opinion, and then I reckon we'll just go straight to revealing our teams, unless you got a bigger talking point you wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
No, go for it. I mean, have you guys discussed all the well, I'm guessing you've probably covered it, Chaza, regarding all the the buys, the sells, Wolves, Haaland, all that jazz.
Yeah, about that. Yeah,
we've done a little bit of it, and we're talking about structure at the moment. We were talking about budget forwards, in particular, performing really well at the moment with great fixtures. People like Raul, people like Strand Larson from Wolves, even, and Kuna. Because one of the things that I was talking earlier this week with FPL Mate was we were talking about a Formium draft with Salah, Haaland, Palmer, and Saka, and he made a video about it, and we thought it was interesting. We're not sure if it's viable, but it looks like it could work on paper. But anyway,
I'll tell you what is viable as such. I made a little cheeky little sort of had a tinker last night.
Oh yeah.
I managed to get Salah, Palmer, Saka, Bruno Fernandes, and Mbeumo in.
Sorry, mate, you lost me at Fernandes.
A team. Rev was following me because the juices were churning. There, the cream was churning.
But the cream was churning. But then you did say Bruno Fernandes. I do think, really, you bring up a very good discussion point. Though, is like what's going to happen with Manchester United? I just think they're on a void.
They're on a void still. Even so, no manager bounce, none of that sort of business. You don't believe in the hype.
Well, it depends how. Like I think we give them a game week or two to see how they're setting up, like who's preferred. Like, for example, if Garnacho is preferred and Van Nistelrooy says, just go and do your thing, lad, go and be an attacker, then great.
Gives them freedom, yeah.
Get in my basket.
Fernandes scored 2 midweek as well, could be...
Yeah, he did.
Could be interesting. But yeah, enough of that. I can see Chaz is like, well, you two just shut up,
No, you're right, mate. No, all good.
I've got a marathon at 4 a.m, mate. That's what he's on about. So anyway, let's crack on without further ado.
Yeah, right.
Go on, Chaz.
All good. Do you want me to take you to your team now?
Yeah, go on. I'll tell you what. Yeah, we'll have a quick nosy at my team. I mean, 60 points, back-to-back -4s. If Colm's in here, listen, Colm, the devil.
The comment about you. Oh, where was it? This one.
The devil on this shoulder. Yeah, we're talking about trick or treat. I think lately I've been doing a bit tricking more than treating, and 2 -4s back to back. However, 60 points, didn't get a green, which was a shame. But my moves actually worked out okay. So I did take out, Saliba, who was suspended, and I did also take out Havertz. And got myself 16 points from those 2 moves. Obviously, if I would have kept Saliba, I would have played Robinson, so it was still a gain, even though Robinson got the 2 points. And then, it was, other than that, boys, it was a little bit rubbish, wasn't it? Foden's just not worked out. Buonanotte, I don't mind. I mean, I'm not expecting big things from him, but Haaland, obviously, with that one goal, as you have probably alluded to or discussed, and it was a nice sort of. I think the thing I enjoyed most was the Wissa points and probably the Aitonori goal at the end, because that Wolves game,
that was crazy, mate.
It was bonkers. 4-on-1. Wolves defender manages to get the ball, pumps it up.
I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it. That is like full on. Like if you're on the receiving end of all the benefits of that, you think, wow, that's amazing. But like I know that if I saw Everton, you know, concede a goal like that, I'd just I'd be fuming. You know.
Yeah. Oh, unbelievable! Like so many scenarios, what that Brighton player could have done with that ball, and just chose the worst one possible.
Honestly, like if there was a Puskas award for defending, though.
Oh yeah.
You know, it'd be that, wouldn't it?
It's like, almost like he was
impossible.
He went from peasant to like, you know, knighthood in one move. You know what I mean?
It was the stuff of legend.
Yeah,
it's absolutely incredible. Fair play to the fella. Yeah.
But yeah, Bumo. I nearly missed mentioning Bumo because this guy's been an absolute joy to own, and you know continues to deliver with points and so on. So yeah, happy generally. Wissa obviously could have had more. I don't know if you boys know about that. That they awarded the goal rather than an own goal, but it was after the deadline as such in FPL.
I think the rules are so inconsistent because for certain players they reinstate it, and then for other players they don't. I'm like, just give us some consistency. There's nothing wrong with like going back and awarding a goal.
Yeah.
If it was given, like, you know, say like what's the issue? What's the issue?
They just have a deadline almost after the last game. That's it. Nothing can be changed, and that's
it feels like computer says no.
Yeah,
computer says no.
Computers like, because this is kind of in your realm of what you kind of like is they go off Opta, don't they? They go off Opta and they go off what the Premier League kind of do. And in other words, the Premier League and Opta, they awarded it as an own goal. So naturally FPL towers, if you like, are going to go from that. So yeah, I'm not going to sit here and cry or complain about it. It's just one of them. Could have had a bit more, didn't. Let's go on to the next one. So that was my point for the week, boys.
Yeah. I think the Foden, if we just leave him up for a second, Foden's an interesting discussion point because we know that he's not been amazing over the past few weeks. I mean, and I was watching with Chaza, actually. Chaza popped up in the chat. We were watching Mira's stream, FPL Mez.
Yeah.
Watching her stream, and she made a really good point about Foden in that she said she thinks she just went too early on him. And I'm like, I couldn't agree more. Too
early. You always say too early, but then, okay.
Yeah, like maybe 1 or 2 game weeks early. Like, I think, I don't know what you're doing, because I know that you've got him and you've alluded to something before, Reidy, but I know that I've got him and I'm keeping him for now. Because I feel like I have to. I can't sell him as they're about to play Brighton, who's been, known to ship a few.
No, I mean, I just don't know what Pep's doing this season.
Even is it Spurs they play afterwards?
Yeah.
After that as well. Yeah, so like, even Spurs been conceding goals all over the shop. Like, I think if we've got him, I feel like I'm trapped.
You just kind of keep him for now.
Yeah.
It's almost one of them. You've got him and you make your bed with that move, and hopefully something comes good of these next, whether it be 2-3 fixtures and so on. So, yeah, fair enough. But yeah, on to the next one.
No. I just would like to politely say I'm with Carl. I'm still waiting for Solly Martin's points from 2 seasons ago. That's it.
Yeah.
Cheers.
There we go.
Hashtag never forget.
Exactly. So.
Sorry, Reidy. Did you say next point?
No, I said exactly. Let's
cool.
Move on.
Right. Why don't we just reveal our sides of Gameweek 10? I reckon the excitement's there. The discussion might
be for you, Chaza, because I believe you've got a few transfers in your back pocket, mate. So go on.
Sorry. Well, who wants to go first?
You want us to go first? Just say that. You know what I mean? You want the big reveal at the end? It's okay.
No, I've got my team ready.
Mikey,
ready to
sure.
share
Go, Rev.
if you want it.
Go.
Yeah.
I'll,
You'll have to add it to the stage, mate.
no worries, I will.
So I've made a transfer, which is Robertson to 8 Nori. I know it seems quite boring, but it's also I don't know if this is a little bit of a sore point for Reidy in particular. I don't know how he feels about the downfall of Andy Robertson. Going from literally 3 years ago, and I would have agreed 2-3 years ago, going from being the best left back in the world, to being demoted by Simicast potentially. Reidy, give us your thoughts on Andy Robertson.
Yeah, I mean, I could hear a bit of feedback then. I don't know where that was coming from, but it's disappeared.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think I'd have to agree with you. It's not a downfall as such. I think, you look at Robertson and where he is and his age, and the Klopp teams, that were so good at pressing and the intensity, and he played countless amount of games for us. And you look at the age of Trent. Trent still got that a few years on his side and things like that. And his intensity, maybe in terms of pace at least, isn't as much as Robertson. So you do expect that decline when players get a little bit older. Their bodies, look at De Bruyne, for example. Just seems like his body's ruined, and he's 32 maybe, or 33 or something. It's not crazy old. James Milner was going, or is still going even. So
yeah, he still
he's
starts
still going,
so, sometimes, doesn't he?
Yeah,
which is mad.
It is right. You are right, as I say. He does look like he's, he's not. I don't want to say the word struggling, but just something's missing now. A little bit of something's missing, and we think that now's the time if you're going to make a move in FPL. I think it already seems like the one.
It's like Carragher says. There's like that famous clip going around when he was talking about Casemiro. It was like, you need to leave the football before the football leaves you.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like he's not there yet. Obviously, he's not there yet. But something has
neither
been missing,
Casemiro actually. Did you see Casemiro's goal?
It turned into like prime Makalele or something.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely
it's
incredible.
The thing, like, a player can just look finished, washed, and not up with the pace and get good. Just have so many bad games and so on, and then they just do things like that, and you're like, wait a minute. What's going on? So
yeah, exactly. So that was my transfer, Robertson to 8 Nori. I am looking at moving into a structure soon where I might have Palmer and Saka as well from game week 12 onwards. That might mean getting rid of a Watkins or a Solanke, but obviously usually a big concern for people going into a game week is if you've got teams that play against each other. So obviously I've got 2 Villa assets and I've got 2 Spurs assets, but I'm actually expecting quite a high scoring game in this game. Both teams really like to go for it. Both teams leave themselves a little bit exposed at the back sometimes, and so in the pursuit of just going for it, then I think they're really going to hopefully get a couple of goals, a couple of assists. Hopefully I'll benefit from it. But yeah, that's my team. Chat, let me know what you think. And
love it, Rev. Yeah. Love it. Get amongst it. Game week 10. Here we go, baby.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, great team. I mean, one move, keeping it simple. Is that? You only got one transfer, by the way, Mikey?
Only got one transfer, but I think game week 12, you're going to see a big minus from me, like maybe even a minus 16 game week 12.
No, I'm not buying that. That's not worth it, even if you are getting the team that you're saying you're going to get.
I think over the course of 2 game weeks, and you keep a team for more than 2 game weeks. Obviously, I think the team that I'm going to move into will outscore my current team by at least 16 points. So I think it could be worth it.
Okay.
It could be worth it, but
watch this space.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, this is my setup for game week 10. Still going with Martinez in goal. So close to a clean sheet last week. Jesus Christ. Villa last minute against Bournemouth. Literally last 30 seconds of the game. So I'm going with him again against Spurs. I've got no choice really. I've had this guy on the bench. Alvin Marson or something. Then it's Trent, Lewis, Aitonori. Pep did come out with a little comment, didn't he, saying that he's got no choice but to basically play Lewis and all the rest of it. And all of a sudden, people are going, "Well, that means Lewis is getting benched." So,
yeah, it probably does.
You'll see on that one. Aiton Oriad from last week.
What it might mean though is he might get subbed off early, which could be annoying, and we'll lose that clean sheet potential. But...
Possibly, and it depends on City's injury status in a minute, because I know Akanji maybe got injured in the warm up. Guardiola might have picked up a knock, so I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah,
So Mo Salah's the transfer for me this week. Brought him in. I'm going to captain him against Brighton. Brought him in for Foden. Yeah. I didn't want to wait anymore for Foden. I mean, he could do potentially well this weekend, and they have got Brighton and etc. But I just can't trust Pep, and that's as simple as that for me. Fair. So Salah had to come in. I had 4.2 in the bank. Could afford the move in one go. So I've gone for it, and it is Salah Haaland.
It's solid. Yeah. I was going to say, like, you've gone from not having either of them to having both of them, and
crazy.
The team looks great, mate.
Yeah. So Buonanotte, Rodgers, and Bumo, and then Wissa, Haaland, and Watkins.
Yeah.
So
I do notice though.
Yeah.
That your armband is on Salah and not Haaland. Give us the thought process there, mate.
I've just brought Salah in, and I'm thinking, I mean, I get Haaland can score at any moment. He should have hauled and had more points against Southampton. We know that. But then if you look at the 3 games before, he should be, you'd expect him to get more points than he did. He's just been a little bit crap since game week 4 now. He got those three hauls and so on. And the reason really is, look at Salah. Don't get me wrong, he doesn't look like the old Salah. He's not taking loads of shots in games, or he looks like he's more of the assist and the goal and so on. But he does points. Mo Salah does points in FPL, and
he's
if there
is it, isn't he? He's absolutely killing it.
And if there's a chance that we keep a clean sheet, there's the extra point for that. He's 9 times out of 10 going to be on bonus, and I just think it's about time. I mean, don't get me wrong, the fixture run for us isn't amazing. It isn't amazing, but the way we're playing, if you look at those games, game week 10 to 16, even 18, I think there's goals galore in all them games, at least anyway. Apart from City, you'd probably expect. So
that Everton fixture as well, mate. That's going to be really tough for you. You're going to get battered, aren't you?
Well, you never know, mate. Do you know what? Funny you say that, because I'm sure it's like we have City, then we have Newcastle's the midweek fixture. So that 13 to 15 is the 3-week period where you've got weekend, midweek, weekend. And we actually then play, is it City, Newcastle midweek, then you guys early kickoff, right?
I can smell blood. I can smell blood in the water, mate.
Yeah, so there's me for this week, boys. On to you, chat.
Great team, dude. Great team.
Yeah. Righto, great stuff, Reidy. Best of luck as always. Well, not really. No, actually, I want you to do well this season. But hey, you come to welcome to my house. 4 free transfers, golf, 2.2 in the bank. We go here to go now. Here we go. He'll let the wolves out indeed. What are we doing?
There we go. What's occurring, as you'd say?
Yeah.
Alsborough got 4 transfers, but also 4 injuries. Like,
I felt like that was such an anticlimax. Chaza was giving it the, singing and whatnot. Had the maracas out nearly, and then he just kind of went, "Okay, what do we do? Come on, Chaza, give us something, mate." I mean, Gabriel, right? You're thinking of taking him out. Solanke, you're thinking of taking him out.
Oh, we're going to get some live transfers here. We're going to get some live transfers. Oh, it's all action here on the FPL Addicts podcast. This is what you like and subscribe for. This is the content right here.
Wow.
Who do you reckon he's going to go, Reidy? Who do you reckon he's going to go?
Yeah, I think it's fairly obvious. I've told him...
It's got to be Raul or Wissa, right?
No, I think it's not, actually. I think
Who else is it going to be? I swear if Bro goes the lap or something.
I think it's see you next.
Just waving the wand around. Nah, let's bring a couple of balls in. Why not?
It's see you next.
Kuna, okay, fine.
Yeah. That's the one. Just while we're waiting as well,
Just
Amarim
going to
is,
do the two.
Amarim
Always
is
done them.
confirmed as
Just
Man
the
United
two.
manager, by the way. And
Who,
it is
sorry?
Amarim is the new Man United manager. It's been confirmed.
Amarim, you man, lad.
Amarim Yama. What was that? Amarim, your
God, that's one
Colm's waiting for you to press the button, Charlie, and get access denied. Have you? What's going on? Where's the screen, Chaza?
Sorry, I thought we were done.
Hey, have you made the moves?
Yeah.
Put your team back up. We haven't even discussed it yet.
Jesus Christ, mate!
Come on.
God.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gary. Sorry to let you down, mate.
Yeah, you were just
I thought you were a man of the church, Mikey. You can't be saying things like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
go
you
on,
guys
go on.
get away about Aram and me, lad. So can I just get on with this? Yeah, Flecken in goal. Trent, Aitnori, Bumo, McNeil, Johnson survives. Saka, Haaland, Chris Wood, and Cunha, and the rest.
You must have a bit in the bank.
Now I have, what is it? 4.7. Yeah.
See, this is what I was saying earlier. Like Chaza in game week 12 can go to Haaland and the two cheaper forwards, and also have Saka and Palmer in the team as well.
Yeah, so take out McNeil. And
I'll try Johnson as a sample size. That works.
But take out Johnson. Take out
and you've got Trent. Damn.
Take out McNeil.
Mate, it's not going to work.
No, take out McNeil.
Just as a thought experiment, just let him cook. Let him cook.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
What have we got? 10.4. So, no, and Johnson. So take out Johnson as well. And then take out Haaland. Right, now put in Palmer. Salah. How much have you got left?
8.5.
Jackson.
Ooh.
No.
No, we're in the wrong category. Yeah, no. Now here we go. Yeah, now it's cooking.
Ooh.
So you'd have obviously a 3-4-3. You'd have Rodgers as your bench. Saka, Palmer, and Mbumo, Salah, Jackson, Wood, Cunha.
The fact that you've got Trent in there as well.
And you have got money to play to upgrade a defender, like i.e. Arsenal. Have you got enough to get to an Arsenal or not?
Nah.
How much is in the bank?
0.6.
0.6.
Okay, so you could go someone cheaper than Jackson potentially, and then upgrade a defender to Arsenal.
Yeah, I could do that
at some point.
You know what's absolutely infuriating though? The fact that Virgil van Dijk is the top scorer and defender so far, and I've kept Trent because of his potential goal involvement, and it's just been Van Dijk.
Yeah,
that's annoying. But anyway,
thoughts, Chaza?
Yeah, I was actually tempted to press the button just then, but I don't know.
Ooh.
Oh, wait there. That's a minus, right?
Yeah, it's -4. Now I won't do it.
Okay. Yeah, certainly not for this week there, but that could be the way forward potentially.
It could be. I love this thought process. This is good, lads.
Was that your Scouse accent?
I know.
Yeah.
That was awful.
Am I new about or not?
There's a reset button as well at the bottom, Chaza. But yeah, all good, mate. So two free transfers saved.
Yeah.
Me and Mikey are basically just scrimping and saving, is it?
Yeah.
Using our one transfer every week.
I'm just waiting for game week 12. I'm just going to go nuclear, whatever. I'm beyond trying to.
No, but the difference is, Mikey, Chaza can get that team for free, whereas
yeah, you can, which is impressive. What can I say? What can I say, dude?
Yeah.
Captains, boys.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. Yeah, no, I was actually about to nod off. Let's do it. Cheers. We're
Knob
good
off.
to go.
Did you just say knob off?
Yeah,
Nod off, yeah.
Yeah, go on, Chaz.
Mate, can I get on my segment, or are you just going to be a further waste of space?
I'm going to rim your segment as well, lad.
Mate, he's an absolute wind-up merchant, this guy. Like, let's get to it. Let's start off now. I thought I was muted for a moment. Yeah, away at Bournemouth, he's only had a single goal across the 4 appearances. Now, according to Pep, pretty mind games this. 13 available players in Man City's list at the moment. They've got a lot of injuries. And the British media, they like to expose it in a very intriguing way. But, hey, Haaland's probably going to be the favourite option, despite all of its 73% ownership, despite the dry fixture run ahead. My Salah, we've got to talk about this guy. It's talked about before. 15 returns in 14 league appearances against the Seagulls. He has amassed 107 points, which is the second most points he has cooked up against any Premier League side, only behind Man United's 127 points scored. He's already had 6 double-figure hauls so far, which is twice the total of any other player in the damn game. Cole Palmer, who is away at Old Trafford, league-high 12 goal contributions this campaign already. Man United have conceded 3 goals in 2 of their last 3 league matches at home. New manager. And they scored 5 midweek at home to Leicester. What is Rev and Reidy doing this? Right, can I get to Bukayo Saka? Because he is the most consistent player in the game. He's returned 8 of his 9 games. Recorded 16 points. No, that was the wrong one. He's got an abysmal record at the venue. Last return being an assist in the 1920 season. Brian Mbumo, who goes away at Fulham, he's got the highest goal conversion rate, which is 38% of any other player in the game. Plus, he recorded a whopping 16 points in a 3-0 away win for Brentford at Craven Cottage last season. Now, that's it for the segment. Now, I just want to see what on earth are these guys two laughing monkeys doing in the background.
No, mate. We're being totally serious.
All good.
Never done anything out of order in our lives. I don't like your accusatory tone.
So, I can't.
Oh, God. You okay there, Chaza?
Chaza, are you okay?
Yeah.
What's wrong, mate?
I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, that's it for Captain's Corner. Shut up. I don't know what you guys are doing.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm going to be captain in Haaland.
Yeah. I'm in Haaland too. I'm ready on Salah.
That's it. Salah, Haaland, and who are you, Chaza? Haaland?
Yeah, just about.
No one
Chat.
can-
Colm, Gary, who are you all captaining?
What is that?
Put it in the chat. So that Chaza can... Chaza, come on, be professional, mate. You know, we've been very professional on this stream so far, and you're just letting the side down. So
There's been no mention of rimming whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know,
In fact, weird that you would even bring it up, really. You know, so
exactly. Talking about rimming, do we expect Haaland to do the job? I mean, that's you, that's Colm, that's Chaza, all the armband on Haaland, and yeah.
Come on, someone put 50p in Chaza. Chaza's been broken.
Yeah, no, considering I'm broken, I'm signing off. Righto, Gameweek 10. Best of luck, everyone. Rev. Yes. Best of luck to you as well.
Burger King me.
Yeah, I'm checking out for a night. Reidy, best of luck. Sorry, to you guys first. Did I miss anything? I don't think I did, didn't I?
No, I think that's it. I think we can call it an episode there.
Yeah, cool. Righto.
Yeah,
I need to
sent off.
Righto, guys. Catch you next week. Cheers.
Much love, everyone.
Cheers.